Hey everybody, this is Dustin, RV Specialist. So today I'm looking at a brand new 2025 Brinkley, and I don't know if you've seen our post in our Brinkley group or on our business page, but I just reported like, hey, there's a Brinkley in the RV shop. What are we doing to it? So we had 4 issues basically. We had one where it was a squeak in the kitchen galley floor. Nothing we can do to that. We checked around, looked at everything, checked the center island. That didn't take care of it. So it's just kind of one of those common things you're gonna have to live with. The other thing, there was a speaker in the rear ceiling, and I put all this info too of what we found, what we did, pictures and everything online. It's just a loose crimp, and then we had a HDMI connection that just had some like debris or something in it, so it was causing it not to make good contact. So that's taken care of as well. We also had a concern or issue on the awning. It was just normal operation. It just needed to be exercised from it being closed up for so long. We did end up putting some slide out toppers on here. So we put a Lippert slide out topper to match the other Lippert awnings that are on the other side. Everything looks great, blended in good. I'm glad we went with the white. We were talking at one point about the black, but those get so hot. So the white turned out looking really good. Kept everything else in the color scheme of the white. That's a new Kurt pen box, which is also by Lippert. So make sure, you guys are checking your torque on your wheels. Make sure, like, if you don't have witness marks on the bearing, on the pin box bolts, that you're checking those as well. Make sure that nothing comes loose, so you can see how they've marked everything on here. We do that when we're doing a lot of the suspension stuff on our end. They even did it on the leveling jacks. So talking to the leveling jacks real quick while we're here, this is a pretty good sized coach. This is a 3100 Model Z, and I was kind of shocked that it didn't have a 6-point leveling jack system. It's got 3 side outs on it. Side outs are pretty decent size. And so there's 2 leveling jacks here. Recommended to the customer, if they see this video, do some snap pads. This is in our pickup line, so they're getting ready to come pick it up. There's 2 more jacks here. I would have liked to have seen 6 instead of 4. Maybe 2 up front here to kind of more stabilize the coach. And if there was 2 additionals up here, that might have made the difference in the framework to keep the floor from squeaking. So if you look at, here's the stabilization here, and that's quite a good distance from here to here for the, I don't know, I'm going to say that's a good maybe 8-10 feet, of sway back there. Same thing from here. So, you have the tires and wheels and the framework, but that's still from here all the way to the front. That's another, got to be at least 15, 16 feet, something like that. So I would have liked to seen a 6-point on there. But anyways, if you haven't joined our Brinkley RV Owners in the RV Shop with Dustin, we encourage you to do so. So we're posting all the pictures and videos of stuff that we come across. It's not to, again, poo-poo the brand, but it's just more or less to, bring information, right? So if you have a new Brinkley, a lot of times there's stuff that, the production's building them. Things get missed. Things get forgotten about. The testing, the real testing is you, the consumers, going out and using this stuff. So sometimes when you're posting things like, hey, I have this problem, maybe it's an individual single problem, or maybe it's a problem that affects it across the whole line. So that information's good to get that back to Brinkley as well as to other consumers. Now, keep in mind that any manufacturer, their warranty department, they pay out on claims for repairs. So, let's say they call up and say, hey, how many times have you had this happen? They go, oh, out of 6,000 units, we only had that happen 30 times. Okay, well, that's perfect. But what about all the guys that are the do-it-yourself guys, right? Maybe they fixed it, right? How many of those are there? Maybe there's the repair shops like ourselves that aren't set up with Brinkley and don't know the ins and outs, and they don't call to like, hey, before we dive into this concern, is there anything we should go check out? So, the shops that are just making a repair and not actually turning it in, or making a repair and the customer's paying for it, or, same thing, a mobile guy that's making a repair, and all those different outlets, if they're not making, whether it be a dealership, a mobile repair guy, an RV repair shop, or the consumer, that information doesn't get back to these manufacturers. So if they don't have that information, they think, hey, we built a great quality coach. We only had 30 of those issues, And, you know, maybe it's a kitchen faucet or a bathroom faucet or something simple, you know. So if they don't know that all that's going on, they won't know to, you know, make a bulletin or make a recall or make a post or something about it. So that's kind of why we do this. So if you're having issues with your coach, we ask you to share your problems, your repairs or fixes. Same thing, you know, like I did on mine. If you went to a shop and you have a work order and it says, you know, hey, this was loose, we added additional screws or whatever the scenario is, post it in the groups with some pictures so that we know what to look for, so that when the next guy comes in, we can go, oh yeah, we've seen that before. We know exactly what to do to take care of it. So, all right, well, hey, thanks so much for watching, and you have a great day, and stay tuned for more. This is Dustin, your RV specialist.